know what a love style is? You've heard about attachment styles, but in this video, I'm going to tell you a variation of your attachment style and how I came up with my love style quiz. Hi, I'm Dr. Diane. Welcome back. In my previous videos, I've given you the background for attachment theory, but I want to talk about how common each type is and how I measure what I call your love style. When it comes to attachment theory, the theorists would say that 50% of people are secure, or at least the children that they've studied, which leaves 21% being anxious ambivalent, another 21% being anxious avoidant, which leaves 8% being disorganized. I don't know about you, but do you think that 50% of people are secure? I personally didn't. In my practice as a psychologist, I thought, well, am I getting an accurate sample of the population? But studying attachment theory, I noticed something else. In my work with clients, for instance, I would have two people who might both be anxious ambivalent, but they looked very different. And in particular, when I saw them as part of a couple, I would see one anxious person take up a lot of space and talk the whole session, while another anxious person might be very quiet and withdrawn. Two anxious ambivalent types, but very different presentations. What I noticed is that the one person was obviously outspoken, the other wasn't. Because it's not just your attachment style, but your communication style that's important. And this second measure or subclinical scale is what I call your expressiveness, meaning you're either low or high expressive. If you're low expressive, you keep things in. If you're high expressive, you want to talk about everything. You hate going to bed angry. So I set out to test my theory. And in doing so, I created something called a love style quiz. I started out with 50 different attachment style questions and narrowed it down to the 10 questions that summarize the theory best. Taking the three most common types, secure, anxious ambivalent, and anxious avoidant, combining these with high and low expressive, that would make for 6 types, throw in the fearful avoidant, and I have 7 different love styles. Now I have data from over 40,000 people who have taken my quiz, and the results I find fascinating. They also confirm my initial clinical hunch, and my hunch was right. The majority of people, at least those who have taken my quiz, are not secure, but rather more people are insecure. No wonder dating and relationships are hard. It's not just you, it's the people out there too. But the second thing about attachment theory that didn't sit well with me were the labels, because they felt pathological and not terribly descriptive. For instance, the anxious person, are they really ambivalent? I think not. I think rather they're more nervous types because it's their nervous system which is sensitive. This anxious person would wear their heart on their sleeve and feel things deeply. Likewise, are people really avoidant? I see people as being more independent because that's what they seek, independence. And who wants to call themselves disorganized? To be more accurate, I think these people are confused. They're confused who's dangerous or not and what do you want from me? So I created my own characters and I gave them names. There's Nervous Nora or Nick. And my data says that 42% of the population is nervous. This is the most common type. Next is Independent Ian or Isabel, and they make up 27% of the population. Next, I have Confused Connie or Connor, which makes up for 8% of the population. And that leaves only 23% to be secure like Sophia or Steve. I personally like my characters so much more because they're relatable and less pathological. More descriptive as well. Want to know which love style you are? Go to my website, backtolove.com, where you can take the quiz today. Also, follow me on Instagram and my website where I have my characters illustrated and you can find out more what each character thinks and how they behave. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you don't miss a single video.